Last week, I advertised what this Monday movie mayhem would be, and I put up a graphic that had animation celebration for Wonder Woman. However, the beauty of this being my YouTube channel is I can move, change, and postpone things whenever I feel like it because I'm my boss. And so I tried watching this new show that was advertised, uh, which is one of the many TV shows that try to garner positive accolades because of a known film franchise. That is True Lies. Didn't hate it, but the pilot was weak in my mind. Tried watching the second episode, still wasn't really getting me. So I had the thought, I said, hey, I came here to watch True Lies. I'm not feeling like I'm getting it. So I popped on the 1994 Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, True Lies. After the open, I'll break it down, my thoughts on that 1994 action comedy. So many networks have done it. So many networks have tried it. They tried doing Rush Hour without Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. They did Lethal Weapon without Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. They are now trying on CBS to make True Lies without Arnold Schwarzenegger. But the thing is, I'm not saying they'll fail. I'm still going to give them another few tries, but the thing is, it's hard to replace a man who is so well known, has so much appreciation about him. Like the star of the TV show was Kev in Shameless and Van in Reba. However, neither one of those roles are let's be honest, neither one of those roles are that powerful as Arnold Schwarzenegger is in anything. And so that's why I was struggling to get into the TV show True Lies. And that's why I popped on the movie True Lies. But before we talk about the movie from 1994 that was 2 hours and 24 minutes of True Lies, let me talk to you about my 68-page graphic novel, Everlasting Survivors Volume 1. Its second chance is currently up and live on Indiegogo. I am trying my best to get the book out to a new audience, to as many people as possible, because unlike CBS and Fox and all these networks that want to clasp on to the past and bring people in, I want to bring new stories and new characters and new concepts to the mainstream. And so that is why I have taken that time, spent that money, put in the effort, wrote the book, got the art. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful, it's great. And you should follow the link in the description of this video to go and check out my Indiegogo for the second chance of Everlasting Survivors Volume 1 all day long. And now that shilling is out of the way, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the 1994 movie, True Lies. Early on, Tom Arnold is the standout to me. Obviously, Arnold Schwarzenegger is cool, but Tom is so much fun. 1994 computer hacking is funny stuff. They make believe like it's so simple when, it's hard stuff. Tom Arnold telling Arnold Schwarzenegger that you don't have time to tango is super great line early on in the film, which again makes Tom Arnold such a valuable piece of this early part of the film. As Tom Arnold is trying to get to pick Arnold up, he's like, I have to deal with ice on the road, but this guy gets to dance with the girl. Just so much fun stuff in this film. I know a lot of people say that superhero movies are unrealistic, but I'm here to say that they are no more unrealistic than 90s action movies. Also, complaining about something being over the top is crazy to me because as long as it's enjoyable, that's really what matters. After the opening mission, when Arnold goes back home, we see his daughter is played by Eliza Dushku, and man, she's so young, and it's crazy to think that just in a few years she'd be one of my favorite actresses around. Arnold is so not present that when his wife tells him that a plumber is trying to overcharge, she says that she slept with him to save $100, which is freaking great. Tom Arnold says, I was dumb enough to get married 3 times. So Tom Arnold gives Arnold Schwarzenegger a pair of sunglasses that have a camera in them. A receiver for a camera that's in a pack of cigarettes, where they see Dana, Eliza Dushku, Harry, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Helen's daughter stealing from Tom Arnold's coat. And Tom Arnold says that he figured it was his wife's scumbag boyfriend that was taking his money, and tells Arnold that he owes him money. Helen thinks so little of Harry, her husband, that behind his back she tells her coworkers and friends how boring he is, and how if she can't fall asleep, all she does is ask him to tell her about his work. It's funny that the woman Arnold Schwarzenegger danced with back at the first mission, I mean, she's clearly a bad girl, but she's into him so much. It's revealed shortly after we get back to America that she's not even the real big bad. She's just hired to basically be the face of this operation while these terrorists are doing their thing. They do a fun mission where Arnold Schwarzenegger uses the sunglasses that have a camera in them to watch people that are following him by holding that pack of cigarettes in his hand to watch the people that are following him. It leads to a bathroom fight scene that once again feels like it could be in an upcoming Marvel movie, maybe Thunderbolts when it releases. Tom Arnold is such money in this. Not only is he good with the one-liners, but he's got good physical gags as well. Speaking of physical gags, Arnold Schwarzenegger rides a horse chasing a motorcycle riding terrorist into a hotel room, and they both ride up separate elevators to the roof. This movie is clearly one of the movies that inspired WWE's 12 Rounds because of the conveniently placed rooftop pool. All signs are pointing to Helen having an affair. Tom Arnold tells Arnold Schwarzenegger, welcome to the club. No one ever sees it coming the first time. Harry is so mad seeing his wife lie to him, which is extra entertaining given the fact that he lies to her all the time. While Arnold is looking for the man that he believes his wife is cheating on him with, we meet Bill Paxton. And before we even physically see him, I recognize his voice because it's so distinct. It's super funny that Helen is into all the lies that Bill Paxton is telling her to get her into him, because the lies that he's telling are that he's done Harry's missions. Basically, because when he sees things in the newspaper, he's like, oh, that was me. And so she is into the stuff that her husband does, but not knowing that it's her husband. And so it's really fun. So the next day, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Tom Arnold, the pair of Arnolds, they follow Bill Paxton's character and figure out that he's a used car salesman. While the pair of Arnolds are pursuing Bill Paxton, I have this thought that I'm like, man, he's just the second best character in this whole movie after Tom Arnold. He is just nothing but a fun time. Arnold Schwarzenegger's crew breaks in and interrupts Helen and Simon, that's Bill Paxton's character, before they can consummate their relationship. But the funny thing is, this interruption really makes Simon's story seem real. And so with Helen back, or captured by Tom Arnold and Arnold Schwarzenegger, they begin to interrogate her. But really, there's only one question that Arnold Schwarzenegger cares about, and he asks it eventually, which is, do you still love your husband? And Arnold gives a really good performance here. And Helen, she stands up for herself. She says that, she does love her husband. So Tom Arnold and Arnold Schwarzenegger bring her in and to give her a mission to go on, because she wants to have that excitement that she was having with
Simon, Bill Paxton's character. So they give her a mission saying that when you get the call, you'll have to meet with a man named Boris. And she says that, or she jumps ahead and thinks her code name is going to be Natasha, but they said, no, it's going to be Doris. She's less than pleased by that. After Helen is assigned her mission, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Tom Arnold take Bill Paxton's character Simon out to have a private conversation. They're both wearing masks, and Bill Paxton's like, "Oh, you can just let me go. I haven't seen your face." So they reveal their faces, and he's not happy that he's seen them now. And he says, "I'm a nothing. I'm navel lint. I have a little dick, and I lie to women to get laid." It's just it's a freaking hilarious scene. He even pees his pants out of fear, and he's like, "What a dangerous man pee his pants when he's afraid." When Helen gets the call to go on her mission as Doris, she has to go do a striptease dance for the man named Boris. But the funny thing is, Boris is actually being played by Arnold as well. And when he goes to make a move on Doris, she hits him with a telephone because even though she is playing a hooker in this scene, she's so loyal to her husband that she can't bring herself to go all the way with the mission. After Helen reveals that, or it is revealed to Helen that her husband was Boris, that's when the big bads show up. Not just the bad girl that Arnold danced with in the first mission, but a whole crew of terrorists. And Arnold says, "Let the hooker go. She's not important." But Helen, she's still not even fully understanding everything until they're whisked away to this terrorist island, and Arnold's given a truth serum, and it's just really fun stuff. At this point, when Helen realizes what went down, that she's been lied to for the whole marriage and all that, she says, "I married Rambo." I don't know who wrote this thing, but they did some really good work. At one point, the bad guys think that they killed Arnold, so the bad girl tells Helen condolences. Only we all know Harry isn't really dead. Harry's partner, played by Tom Arnold, picks him up, and they are obviously going to go save Helen after she was taken away by the big bad girl. Once again, not that being obvious is a bad thing when it's the right thing to do. With 30 minutes-ish left, I'm assuming there's another twist to come. Although at this point, the movie's really just total nonstop action. It's a really freaking fun time. Oh, there it is. There's that twist I was expecting. The terrorists took Dana, Harry and Helen's daughter. Dana's a really fun character, though. She clearly learned from her dad, mom and dad, because even when she's kidnapped by terrorists, she's fighting back. To me, this movie is a great example of how something doesn't have to be grounded and realistic like Batman Begins and The Dark Knight to be good, because this thing was crazy fun, nonstop action all the way. And we even close out after Harry saves his daughter Dana from the terrorists. We close out with them now working full-time as spies together as Boris and Doris. And on their first mission out, we get to see Simon for one last time.
So in conclusion, to me, this is such good stuff. It's a 4 out of a 5 film. It really excels at making me care about the characters, which is what the show struggled with. I think the show could have really benefited from taking the whole first season to reveal unto Helen what is Harry's real mission, because by getting it all done in the first episode, it kind of just rushes things along. And what they could have done with the second season is what they ended up doing in the second episode, which is start her training as a spy. And it's like, I just think that the show is rushing itself along and not giving the viewers the time to appreciate all of the great characters. And speaking of great characters, just like I said at the beginning, if you haven't gotten yourself a copy of Everlasting Survivors Volume 1 all day long, there are 5 cover options available at Indiegogo. This is cover E by February Ferdian. I mean, it's the poster of cover E. Here is the A cover by Jeff Hicks, and right here is Jeff's C cover in poster form. So thank you for joining me for this retro review of True Lies, and come back Wednesday for the Wednesday Rewind, and see you Friday for Alpha Entertainment Worldwide Episode 3, where me and Josiah are going to continue booking his Raw and my SmackDown.